Hey parents, it is time to read. Hey children, bring your kids. We are doing a read aloud. So last weekend I got to go to a community event, and one of my friends is an author and an educator, and she wrote a book called The Thinking Jar. So I want to read this book on my live. If you are joining, please feel free to comment and go along as we go along. And parents, I want you to know that if you get into a book, your children will get into a book. So I'm going to read. Did I say The Thinking Jar? I hope I didn't say that, because The Thought Jar is the name of the book. And shout out to Nikyah Crosdale. We're going to read The Thought Jar, and I'm excited. The illustrator is DeCarso Carroll. And I will put this information in a comment, or if you're joining me on Instagram, I will put it in the description, in the caption. All right. So The Thought Jar. You all know how I feel about books, okay? Get a library for your child. I can't stress it enough. I think in the next few weeks, I'm going to share my top 10 read alouds, so that if you don't know what books to get, you could just get those 10. Just start there. Get 10 books, rinse and repeat. Read them over and over and over and over again. Good books are like good movies. You can watch them 1,000 times and discover something new each and every time. Okay. For me, it's like reading Bible stories, because you can read it and something new sticks out. Depends on what's going on in life, what you're experiencing. That's what's going to pop out to you from that story. Same thing with the book. So this is my very first time. I'm excited. This is my first time reading The Thought Jar. I have wanted to get this book since it was released, sis, and I finally have it. I can't wait. I'm going to dig in. The Thought Jar, written by Nikyah Crosdale. And the illustrations are amazing. So shout out to the illustrator, DeCarso Carroll. Hey, Aaliyah, we're doing a read aloud. So if you have your little ones, just go ahead and bring them, sit them down. I'm going to read this book, and they can enjoy an interactive live read aloud. If you put their name in the chat or tell me who I'm reading to, I will say hello, and it'll be great. So, hey, and hey. Let me know if Anastasia is watching. I hope you don't mind. Look, I should ask. I hope you don't mind me shouting out kids' names. Hey guys, my name is Abia. Hey AJ. Hey Anastasia. And today's the big day. I have a spelling bee that I've been preparing for 3 whole weeks. I was excited up until last night. I was up all night, tossing and turning, thinking about all the bad things that could go wrong. Like, what if it rains on my walk to school and I get soaked? Or what if I eat something bad at lunch and puke all over the stage during the spelling bee? I just knew today was going to be a bad day. It's a lot of worrying. Have you ever been worried like that? Staying up late, thinking about the next day? As I walked outside, I blew a sigh of relief. Even though it had stormed really bad last night, the sun was shining and the sky was blue. As I stood at the bus stop waiting for my bus to arrive, I thought, this isn't so bad. When all of a sudden, a car came zooming by and splash. What do you think happened? Oh no. Did she get wet? The water from the huge pothole in the street soaked me from head to toe. Oh my gosh. I just knew today would be a bad day. I thought as my bus pulled up. Aw. Yes. Hey, sis.
Yes?
I did not say Siri.
Sorry, could you repeat what you said?
The day was going fast and my nerves about the spelling bee. Siri, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, sis. I'm not talking to you, Siri. My bad, y'all. The day was going fast and my nerves about the spelling bee kept getting worse and worse. As I was walking to get my lunch in my damp clothes from the splash earlier, all I could think about was the spelling bee turning into a disaster. Oh my goodness, all these thoughts. After all, I did think about getting soaked before school, and that came true. What if I eat something that upsets my stomach and during the spelling bee, I puke all over the stage, just like I imagined last night? How embarrassing will that be? I thought. I reached to grab the lunch tray, but thought, I'm not going to take the risk. I'll just wait until after the spelling bee to eat. She's going to be hungry. I don't know about you, but I'm going to eat. One thing I'm going to do, I'm going to eat. What about you, Anastasia? Are you going to eat? AJ, are you going to eat? As I sat at my table watching all my friends eat, my stomach started to rumble of hunger. This was turning out to be an awfully bad day, just as I had thought it would. Wow. So it seems like all these thoughts are happening. A few hours had passed, and it was finally time for the big spelling bee I had spent the last few weeks practicing for. What if something goes wrong? What if I forget all the words I practiced? What if I trip and fall off the stage? What if? Woo! It's a lot of thoughts. All of a sudden, every bad thought I could think of came rushing in. I wanted to crawl under a rock and never come out until all of this was over. That's relatable. Have you ever just worried and 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 then it gets out of control? Mm-hmm. That was it. Spell achieve, said Miss Carey. By this time, we were down to the final 3 contestants, and so far, I was doing great. As I started to walk to the mic, my hunger pains came rushing back. She's hungry. That might be a problem, right? Achieve, I repeated as my stomach started to growl uncontrollably. A, C, what was that sound? Was that her belly? I put my hand on my stomach, hoping it would ease the pain, but that didn't work. H-E, I said, and my voice started to shake. I-V-E, achieve, I said quickly, hoping to hurry this painful and embarrassing process up. That is incorrect, said Mrs. Carey. The correct spelling is Achieve. I knew it. That was one of the words I spent the longest time practicing. If I would have taken my time, I would have been able to move on to the final round. I put my head down, holding back my tears, and walked slowly off the stage. Today was the worst day ever, just like I thought it would be. Wow. Those thoughts seem very powerful. It was the end of the day, and I was still saddened at the fact that I didn't win the spelling bee. Mrs. Carey called me over to her desk as I was walking to get my backpack. I've noticed you've been sad all day. Is everything okay? She asked. All right, now I'm gonna pause here because Miss Carey, Miss Carey, I'm upset. This is what I feel like Ibia would be saying. I'm upset. I I just lost the spelling bee. I was worried. I was concerned. But she's a good teacher because she's asking. No, I replied. I just knew today would turn out to be a bad day. I was up all night tossing and turning, thinking about all the things that could go wrong today. Not only did things go wrong, they were 10 times worse, I said. Oh, she is so sad. Interesting, replied Mrs. Carey, as if she already knew the solution to my problem. Abia, do you know that you have the power to control whether you have a good day or a bad day? She asked. No, I replied as I wiped away my tears. So are you saying I am the reason I had a bad day? I asked. Yes, Mrs. Carey replied. You have the power to think good or bad thoughts. Your thoughts and your feelings about something can control whether you have a good day or a bad day. Your thoughts can control how you feel. Your feelings are like magnets that will pull events in your life that matches the way you feel. So, you see, Abia, she said, you thought today would be a bad day, which led you to feel bad. So things went wrong to match your bad feelings. What? Her thoughts matched her feelings, which matched her actions. That's deep. It all started to click. What Mrs. Carey was saying was right. I stayed up all night thinking about all the bad things that could go wrong. And even though they didn't happen exactly the way I thought they would, things did go horribly wrong. Mrs. Carey was right. Everything that happened to me began with how I was thinking. Mrs. Carey then reached over to a cool jar on her desk. It was covered in green, yellow, and blue glitter, and on top of the glitter were stickers. Ooh, I love it. That's so cute. I want one of those. Do you want one of those jars? AJ, Anastasia, you want one of those jars? You see it, Bia, said Mrs. Carey. I was just like you when I was about your age. I would have bad days and come home crying almost every day after school until one day my mom and I decorated this jar. We called it the thought jar. Every night before bed, I would think about something good that I wanted to happen, write it down, and put it in the jar. It was almost like magic. I was putting out good thoughts, so good things started happening, and my days got better and better. I kept this jar this whole time because it works. And if it works for me, it will work for you. I smiled and thanked Mrs. Carey for her great advice. Ooh, I like this. Again, we're reading The Thought Jar by Nikyah Crosdale. Let's keep going. Later that night, I asked my mom if I could use one of her old recycled mason jars. I took out my art supplies and I wrote on a piece of paper, "My thought jar," and glued it to the jar. I decorated the jar with shiny glitter of my favorite colors and stickers, just like Mrs. Carey's jar. My thought jar was going to be amazing, and all I needed was paper, a pencil, and some good thoughts. Tomorrow will be a great day. I wrote down on a piece of paper, folded it up, and placed it in my thought jar. Tomorrow will be a great day. I love it. Girl, I love this book. I love this book. Come on, good thoughts. I immediately started feeling really good about tomorrow. I started to think about all the good things that could happen. Like, what if they serve my favorite meal, pizza, for lunch? Or what if Mrs. Carey decides to give us extra free time during recess? Tomorrow is going to be a great day, I said to myself as I slowly closed my eyes and went to sleep. Isn't that a great way to go to sleep? All those good thoughts. The next morning, I woke up excited and ready to get my day started. I just knew today was going to be a great day. Even though it was raining out, I didn't let that get me down. My umbrella kept me dry. I was smiling from ear to ear all the way to my bus stop. I thought back to what Mrs. Carey said. I have the power to control whether I have a good day or a bad day by the way I thought. I was so excited to get to class to tell Mrs. Carey all about my thought jar. What a difference. She got a different attitude. It's a whole different day. As soon as I entered, I saw the class decorated with cool colors and balloons. Today, we're having a surprise pizza party for all the hard work and studying you all did for the spelling bee, said Mrs. Carey. Ooh, party. Don't you love a surprise party? Don't you love a surprise, especially pizza? Did I tell you one thing I'm going to do is eat? I instantly thought, wow, my thought jar actually worked. The entire day was full of laughter, fun, games, and my favorite food, pizza. Do you guys like pizza? You like pizza? What's your favorite kind of pizza? It was everything I could have imagined and more. Today is turning out to be a great day, just like I thought it would, I said to myself, and as I slid down the slide on the playground. Oh, I read that like there was more. Let me read that again. Today is turning out to be a great day, just like I thought it would, I said to myself as I slid down the slide on the playground. Each night, I wrote a positive thought down and put it in my thought jar right before bed. From that day forward, my days got better and better. Yes, I love good pizza too. Declaring a good day. Her thoughts got better and better because of that thought jar. Oh, I love it. Okay, so that is the end. But guess what? We got some more in here. So you can find this book on Amazon. I will put a link and I'll tag Nikyah. Nikyah, this book is amazing. It tells you how to create your own thought jar. So we listened to the steps that Abia took in the story, but you need a clean, clear jar, newspaper or old towel, glitter, and water-based clear polyacrylic. I've never heard of that. I'm guessing it's like acrylic. And then stickers, and you need adult supervision. So I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. Okay, I'm looking at the directions. And then this other side has questions. And I'm going to ask you guys the questions. I love this book. Abia is having a really bad day. Could her thoughts have anything to do with her day going wrong? Join Abia as she discovers the thought jar and realize just how powerful her thoughts really are. Fun and interactive activity and exercise inside. It's a great book, a book that you can read and ask questions and do a project from. Shout out to Nikyah. So let's do a little quiz, okay? Everybody ready? Number 1, why did Abia start off having a bad day? Was it because she didn't want to go to school? Was she up all night thinking about the things that could go wrong? Or did she have a bad headache? Da na na na, da na na, da na na. Why did she have a bad day? It was her thoughts. She stayed up all night thinking about how things could go wrong. Okay, so there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other questions. I'm not going to ask them because you guys need to get the book, and I don't want to give away the gems, because questions that come from reading help to promote thinking. So it's really, really good to ask questions of a book. Questions that start with why or how are really thought-provoking questions. And questions for younger kids, what or who or when, those are great question starters. This is an awesome book, Nikyah. I'm going to pause here and I want to show y'all something because I have a thought jar. It's really a gratitude jar, but it's the same concept. Yes, reading comprehension is so, so important. It has to do with how our kids are able to express themselves, articulate, problem solve, building confidence. So I, about a year ago, created this jar. It was a week or a day that I was like really struggling to be grateful. And I'm like, something's got to give because I am grateful, but I wasn't feeling grateful. Like I wasn't pulling it out of me. So I got this mason. I grabbed this mason jar. Shout out to, you can buy mason jars, but also like thrift shops and thrift stores, or honestly, depending on where you get certain food products from, like, okay, this is just me, right? My mama raised me to be very resourceful. If you got a pickle jar, you know what I'm saying? You eat them pickles, you clean that jar out real good. You could turn it into a thought jar. But this is a mason jar that I got, I think, from like Goodwill or Salvation Army or something like that. And I started to write down the things that I was grateful for. So that on the days where I need to appreciate and remember what I'm grateful for, I could just go in this jar and pull out something I wrote down that I was grateful for. So this one says, I'm grateful for a healthy, smart, talented, loving baby boy. Right? This is such a good jar. This one says, oop. This says somebody's name on it. Oh, can y'all see? Look. He might be watching. It says, I'm thankful for a particular somebody. I'm going to leave that one. I'm going to leave that one to the imagination. Shout out to him. Ah, another name. You're not going to throw these people out here. Grateful for my parents' willingness to help me with Josiah and life. Okay. I got lots of gratitude. Can y'all see that? Okay. I'll pick one more out. I'm grateful for days off to reset. Days off to reset. So I love the idea and the concept of a thought jar and a gratitude jar. And parents, if you don't have one, go ahead and create one. And if you have not given your child the gift of a thought jar, this could be a really good activity, a great book to read with them and a great activity to do. And yes, shout out to the village. And many of you all are a part of my village as well. And I appreciate you. I wanted to say one more thing that I'm grateful for, or one more person, is my sister. My sister, Erica. I don't know if she's watching, but Sissy, I love you. It's my sister's birthday. And my sister and I are many years apart, but you know, I'm just so grateful that not only is she my big sis, she's my friend and she loves me and she pours into me. And it's just beautiful when you have family that also is like connected as your friends, right? Not just, you know how it can be. You know how it can be with family. So yes. Oh, thank you guys for wishing Erica a happy birthday. Happy birthday to my sis. I'm sure she'll see this and she will appreciate that you all also sent her some birthday love. Well, that's all, y'all. This was a really good book. Did you all enjoy the book? For some reason, I don't see the comments on Facebook until I log off. So I'm going to figure out how to fix that. So Facebook, thank you for tuning in and watching. Definitely share this. I'll make sure that it is shareable. I'm going to tag Nikyah so that you can also show her love. This is someone I know. So this is a good book. The Thought Jar. This is a really good book. And it's a really good lesson. And so Nikyah has been an educator. She's an author. She's presented and shared her books in schools. And can you imagine what the power of this book would be? The power of this book in your child's school, like if it was a part of the required reading or part of the curriculum. So definitely share this book with your teacher. Share this book with your child's teacher. Share this book with your child's principal, their district, the PTA, PTO. Share it with your church, because the power of thought and what people call manifestation and all of that, that really is God's idea. That's called faith, boo boo. That's called faith. Yeah, it's a kingdom principle. So I love this. Love that it's available to you. So go get it. And if you want more tips, if you like, Cass, this was good. How you do a read aloud like that? How you just hit me up. Just DM me Parent Plus, and I can share this resource. In fact, if you DM me Parent Plus in the next 24 hours. So right now it is Wednesday at 8:30. See, that's why I can't get to bed on time. I keep starting stuff late because, well, that's neither here nor there. I've been going to bed late this week, but it's because I've been productive all day. If you will DM me before Thursday at 9, so you have 24 hours and 30 minutes to DM me Parent Plus, I will share with you a very cool back to school resource. So if you have a child who's in pre-K through 12th grade, you're going to want this back to school resource that I'm going to share with you, and it is going to set up your entire year with your child. If you are like, well, I don't really feel confident in the school thing, I'm not really sure how to make sure that my child is successful, or if you felt like the school thing is off limits to you because you're just a parent, I need you to DM Parent Plus, and I will share that resource with you. You are a Parent Plus, okay? We're not just parents, we are Parent Plus is. All right, I'm off my soapbox. That's my spiel. Thanks for watching. This has been fun. Y'all want to come back next Wednesday? You guys want to come back next Wednesday? Let me know if you want me to come back next Wednesday, because I got some more books for you. In fact, I got a few new books that I would love to share with you. Go get the Thought Jar. I will link this, or you can run to Amazon, type in The Thought Jar by Nikyah Crosdale, and share and show the love and enjoy. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.